Okay, I got a really, really good people carrier type vehicle here. This is a 2005 Chrysler Town and Country. Start her up for you. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple things about this vehicle that I normally don't know about the vehicles that I buy. And the first thing that I can tell you about on this vehicle is it runs unbelievable. It is just so nice and so good. I don't know how I get so lucky sometimes to buy these high mileage. As you can see, it has 193,094 miles on it. But every now and then I get one of these Dodge or Chrysler vans that is just phenomenal. And I'll tell you how much I think this van is phenomenal. I drove this vehicle over the Thanksgiving holiday, about 1,200 miles round trip. To go visit some family with 6 people in this vehicle and 3 dogs. And that's how much I trusted this vehicle, was to take my family in it. So I would have absolutely no problem sending you in this van anywhere in the country with your family in it. And I even actually changed the oil in this. So heads up on that. It's a little, something I don't normally do. It's got all the options, power doors, which I'll demonstrate to you. It's got cruise control, which works. It's basically everything in this vehicle that I know of, that I've tried, actually works, and works well, not just, half-hearted. But here's the windows. There's your right window. Swing on around. There's your left window. And maybe you can see in the mirror. Let's see if I can aim this right. You can see there's your vent window opening and closing. And now we'll go to this one and see if I can aim this right. There's your rear vent window. This also has rear air conditioning and heat, which works perfectly. Radio. I don't even know if that works. Yeah. Yes, so the radio does work. I did not try the CD player. I don't know, or the cassette player. Those are 2 items I haven't tried. It's got the full trip computer. Like I said, it's got the home link transmitter, for your garage door thingies. It is just a super nice vehicle. Let's check the mirrors out. There's your right one, works exactly as it should. Left one, there you go. These vans usually come in one of 2 ways to me. Either really great running and in decent shape, or really crappy. This is, like I said, I can't say enough about it because I have had so much driving experience with it. It's exciting to sell something I know this well, because I know somebody will be really, really happy with it. The interior, especially for the mileage and everything, is spectacular. I mean, as you can see, you'll get a better, this is a cargo net actually for the back. This is a console that's removable. You'll really get a better feel for it though when I, what do you call it, when we go around the outside of it. But now I'm gonna pop the key out of it, and I actually believe I have 2 keys and 2 remote transmitters for this vehicle, which is really unusual. I haven't run an auto check or Carfax or whatever you want to call it on this, but I'd be willing to bet this is a 1-owner car. Now here we go, check this out. Let's see, this is this side. That's something that usually is one of the first things on a minivan to break down, is the doors. I'll do the other one. There's the other side, operating exactly as it should. All right, we'll close those up again because I'm gonna want to show you the rest of the body, and then you'll get to see them again. But yeah, I'm really impressed by the fact that that actually works, And there's your back hatch too. So it's got the power doors all the way around. And there you go, pack down again. I'm gonna go start this baby up because I like to let them warm up. Now that you got to see it start when it was ice cold, now you get to see it start warm. Or you will get to see it as soon as it warms up. Okay, move this little paper floor mat, and you can see the floor mats, even with the mileage and the pedals and everything, are actually in really nice shape. I can promise you, if you drove this vehicle, looked at this vehicle, parked it in your driveway, and didn't tell anybody, or you knew yourself that the mileage, you would never guess it. Here's about the only thing, I guess I could like hook up there, or I probably could have done something, but whatever. This power seat does work. There you go, so you can see that. Now, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna check the tires, which are actually in really good shape. That's one thing I'm like really paranoid about, is having good tires, especially when I have a bunch of people or family in the car. I gotta have good tires. I'm just weird like that. All right, let's check the tread depth on them. And it looks like, yeah, look at that, just a little over 12-30 seconds. So just so you know, most passenger car tires are about 12-30 seconds. The minivans are probably 13 or 14-30 seconds. So these tires haven't been on this vehicle for that long. That one's 12. This one is, yeah, just a little under 12. Come around to this side. And we'll check this one. Yeah, that one's just, yeah, it's around 10-30 seconds. Yeah, so about between 10 and 12-30 seconds so far. And this one here. And that one's, yeah, about 10-12-30 seconds. So, moral of the story is, you're not going to have to put tires on this baby for a long, long time. Now, a couple things. It's got the nice aluminum alloy wheels, and one thing I really like about this, they're matching tires. That means a lot to me. It means somebody cared enough that when they bought this vehicle and it needed tires, they actually put a full set on. They didn't mix and match and throw one on here and there. So it's somebody who actually cared about the maintenance of this vehicle. Right front fender, there's one tiny little scratch right there. Looks like no dings, no dents. Right front door, no dings, no dents, no scratches. This passenger door, no dings, no dents. It's got the nice deep tinted glass. It's actually a really nice looking van too. Here's your roof. It does have the roof carrier, which I've actually used that. I used that on my trip, put one of those clamshell cargo carriers on it, and it works just fine. Let's take a look at this side, how nice and clean it is. The dash is clean, the plastic's not all busted up, it's not stained up, it's not worn out. Somebody, like I said, really cared for this vehicle. And I know for at least the last 12 or 1500 miles, it's been fantastic for me. I mean, there's your nice door panel, looks beautiful. There's your door frame. And as you can see, no corrosion, no rust down there like it normally is. Let's open this power door up. Yeah, just so you know, there's also, besides the remote, there's buttons overhead there, and there's buttons here that the rear passenger can use. You can see it's even got the floor mat back here. Floor mat's nice. Oh, I forgot about to tell you guys about the coolest part of this van. This has the stow and go seating. What does that mean? Well, real simple. See all these seats, the chairs in here, the back, all that stuff? Even though it's a 7-passenger vehicle, they actually fold into the floor, so you don't have to actually remove them. So let's just say you need to turn this into a cargo carrier. In like less than 5 minutes, you can have this floor completely flat with the seats disappeared, but yet they're still with the van in case you need them. So I've always liked that. That's one of the cooler features that came out, I think, in this 05 model, are the stow and go seating. So really neat kind of feature there. All right, coming back now, there's a couple little spots on the van, like right there and right there. Nothing major, but something you might want to take a little pay attention to, where there's a little bit of corrosion starting, but not bad. You know, it certainly doesn't look ugly. It doesn't look all rotted out. It's just, you know, that's typical, you know, 10-year-old Chrysler. The rear bumper actually is in terrific shape. I'll let you guys take a look underneath. There you go. Now we'll open the hatch up for you. Now there's no button for the power in the rear hatch, but you can still open them manually. See, this is, now, here's what's cool about the stow and go. See, these seats flip backwards into this spot here, but if you're not folding the seats into it, that's a nice addition of cargo space compared to a normal minivan where the floor is flat there. I mean, you could fit an extra couple of really big suitcases in there. I mean, it even shows you how to stow the third row seats. It's really a simple procedure to do, actually. There you go. There's all your vents for the rear air conditioning. We'll do your door or your trunk jam here. See, nice and clean. Here's your hatch. Again, nice and clean, relatively rust-free. So yeah, you're getting yourself a nice vehicle here. Coming up this side, left rear quarter panel, pretty nice, pretty clean. A little less than the other side, but it does have one little spot right there, touched up a little bit, you know, just to arrest it, but not bad. Now we'll go show you the roof on this side. There you go, and we'll pop this door open. And this is, as I just showed you, you can open them manually too. You don't have to use You know, they're just like a regular manual door if you're not using the power. You get to see your rear seat there, how nice and clean. This car was, normally it's funny because a lot of these minivans, especially ones with a little higher mileage, you know, kids have been in them for years and they make a mess and they got, you know, lollipops and cookies and crackers and everything. I'm pretty sure, I don't think there was kids in this van, or if there were, they were really well-behaved children, because they did not make a mess of this. We didn't have to kill ourselves to clean this up that nice. So just to let you know, this is probably not a heavy kid use van, but you can make it that if you want. And there's a rear power point, of course. We'll close that one up. And let's see, yeah, the door, the sliding door, again, nice and clean. No major dings, dents, etc. Same thing with the driver's door. Alright, I'll show you the door jamb here. There's your door frame, of course. And down, and you can see how nice that is. Just like I said, this is just a terrific van. Left front fender. No nicks, no dings, no scratches. Coming around to the front. Headlight, nice and clear. A little foggy on this one, that should clear up. Probably when we washed it. About the only thing in the front I can see is it looks like somebody might have, and hell, I could have done that for all I know. Got a little too close to like a bumper hitch or something, it looks like. It's exactly the shape that actually looks like, is a bumper hitch. But down below, it's nice, it's not all beat up. There you go, let's take a look-see underneath. And of course, the most important part, as it is on almost any car, is the engine and transmission. And this is where I feel really, really confident in this vehicle, because like I said, I have so many miles under my belt of driving this particular one. It is just fantastic. But here, I don't expect you to believe me, listen. Don't need to be a mechanic to know that sounds really, really good. No high rev knocks, there's no valve train noise, nothing that can really bother you. And in my opinion, one of the best 6-cylinders going, a 3.8 liter V6 that Chrysler makes. And I got well over 20 miles to the gallon on the highway in this vehicle. So the gas mileage actually, you know, and that's with a lot of weight. You know, 6 basically almost adults in this vehicle, plus the dog, and it still got well over 20 miles to the gallon. I was pretty impressed by that, actually. Now let's close this up. There you go. And of course, you know, the hood does have, you know, tiny, as you can see, little stone chips, as you should expect that. I mean, come on. You know, every vehicle does, no matter what the age, if it has some mileage. And if you're lucky enough to live in the state of Pennsylvania, you've got good inspection until May of next year. All right, so here's the van. I'll step back a little bit. You can get a nice little view of how the whole thing looks. Very pretty, very shiny, very clean, fantastic running. But again, I don't expect you to take my word. I will prove it to you, and we'll go take it for a ride right now. Alrighty, now we're going to take it for a ride, and as I said before, we started it, you saw it was ice cold. It's actually very cold out this morning. And now I'm going to start it up after it's had, you know, 10 or 15 minutes to warm up. I'll start her up. I'll let you guys see. Yeah, it's 33 degrees out. And as you can see, starts right up, idles smoothly, quietly, no check engine lights on, no warning lights. Like I said, I can't say enough about this vehicle and how great running it is. All right, let's take her out on the road, take her for a little spin ski. Yeah, the 3.8 liter motor, like I said, I really like. It gets right up to speed, no problem. Again, it's not an econo box, but it's not designed for that. So there you go. But here we are, 50 miles an hour, absolutely no problem getting there. And it is actually nice and quiet in here. It's not loud. You know, here are hands off the wheels. You can see both hands heading straight down the road. Perfectly straight. No front end problems. The tires, as you can see, wore perfectly. No uneven wear. The brakes are really good on this. and I will demonstrate that as best I can in a minute. It's got anti-lock brakes, it's got traction control, you know, it's got airbags all over the place, at least 4 or 5 or 6 of them, or not 5, it never comes in odd amounts, but it's got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 6 airbags if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know if there might be more in the back, I don't know, I'd have to take a look, but again, now one thing, there's a real Achilles heel to these vans very often, and that's the transmission. Now, I don't know the history of this van as far as mechanically, whether the trans has been replaced or whatever. But again, whoever had this vehicle, if they didn't replace the transmission, they sure took care of it. Because the transmission is as smooth and nice as can be in this van. That's the one thing that always worries me when I drive these things. But I have no fear about this one. Like I said, I have no fear putting your entire family in it and driving it anywhere you need to go. That's how much I think of this vehicle. There you see it shifting through all the gears, no problem. Oh, horn, as you can see, works. Here's your wipers. They work, of course. Now, the brake test. I'm going to pull in this vacant lot across the street from my place. There's a little patch of loose gravel, I know where it is, and I'm going to slam on the brakes and let go of the steering wheel. What I want you to do, basically the only thing you can tell is watch the steering wheel. What you don't want to see is the steering wheel swing wildly one way or the other. Shows you a brake balance and pop problem, and maybe even more potential problems. So keep your eyes on that, and I'll do my best to describe to you how the brakes feel. All right, here we go. I usually do this at about 20, 25 miles an hour. Find my little spot here, hands off the wheel, and okay. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but one really good thing is if you saw the wheel did the little dance here, it's supposed to do that. That's the ABS dance. Basically what that is the computer switching braking power to different wheels, trying to find better stopping power. You want anti-lock brakes, in other words. In my opinion, one of the best safety features they ever came up with on a vehicle. This has it, and the traction control as well, which you want to have, especially with the bad weather here. Yeah, so basically at least 4 airbags, front wheel drive, anti-lock brakes, all the safety equipment's working as it should. I mean, this is just a really nice 100% ready to go vehicle. Like I said, you don't even need to change the oil in this when you get it. So yeah, so I don't know what else to tell you guys. I just know that whoever ends up with this vehicle is going to be very, very happy, because it is a supremely nice vehicle. You should get a lot of time and mileage actually out of this vehicle, you know, just in the shape it's in. But even still, for the little bit of money I'm going to be selling it for, it's going to be a fantastic deal for someone. If you need a cargo vehicle, you want to just bury the seats in and use it as a cargo vehicle, great. If you have a family you need to put in this, great. There's lots and lots of uses for a minivan. Very useful. Not the greatest looking thing in the world just by its design, and it's certainly not a race car as far as power, performance, handling, but where it really counts for the purpose that it was designed for, this one's 100%. All right, so just to do a recap, this is a 2005 Chrysler Town & Country, what they call the Touring Edition. Not quite sure what that gives you. I should know that, but I don't. As you can see, no warning lights, no check engine lights on in there. Just a really nice vehicle. 193,096 miles. Like I said, I put at least 1,500 of those on it. And with all confidence, you know, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but honestly, with all confidence, I can tell you, I think you'll be very happy with this vehicle, and you shouldn't be afraid if you live, you know, quite a distance away like a lot of my customers do. I have absolutely no compunction in sending you home in this on a long drive. Okay, so there you have it, folks, and as I always do, I really hope this goes to someone that needs a very reliable, great looking, and fantastic running minivan for their family. Thank you.